So I know the market's kind of been fooling all of us, me included. It's kind of just been every day we move up a little bit, then we move down massively. And it's mainly tech stocks and growth stocks that get hit. And you know what? I'm okay with it. I've been spending my cash as fast as I can. I've been deploying it into high conviction plays. I've been building out positions. I've wanted to build for a very long time, and I'm just letting the markets do its thing, and I'm just here for the ride. Now, I don't want to repeat myself too much, but some of the stocks I really do like right now: Amazon, Facebook, Splunk, Salesforce, Peloton, and there's a lot more companies as well that are showing value. Costco is one. I've talked a lot about these stocks in previous videos, so check those out. But what I do want to do today here for the rest of this video is actually jump into the charts and just briefly discuss what I see going on here. Okay, so before we look at the actual charts of the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ, which we will in a second, I want to just point this out real quick. The US Treasury actually today, the 10-year spiked quite a bit this morning. It opened up quite high and closed up much higher than yesterday's peak. And this has kind of, been the story for the last few weeks. Investors have been watching this. It's kind of been trickling up for the last little while. And if you look at the year to date, it's been kind of a rising fear, if you will, in the market, right? This is something investors don't like to see. If you look at a longer time period, it's still fairly low. If you look at a much longer time period, this is pretty much nothing. You can see we go through this kind of spike every so often here, there. And now we're kind of going through one of those again. We may get up to 2.5% or so on the yield. And then we probably will start declining once again, unless it's the reversal of the trend, which it could be possible, but just based on probability, based on stats, based on, what I'm seeing here with the charts, probably not going to get all that high. And we're probably going to get over this in the next, hopefully, few months at most. So just keep an eye on this, because this is pretty much what the market has been watching. As this keeps rising, the market kind of is a little bit uneasy, especially on these tech and growth stocks. And that's pretty much what we've been seeing in the stock market. So this is the S&P 500. So I'll look at this first, because this one is more of a generalized index. It has tech stocks, it has healthcare, financials, industrials, everything pretty much in here. And this has actually been holding up pretty good. Yesterday we actually had a record close on this, and today we came back, we pulled down just a little bit. And guys, even at the peak last week, or a couple of weeks ago, when we had that big sell-off, we were only down around 6% on the S&P 500, which in hindsight is just, it's nothing, guys. If you look at 2020, this drop here was like a 36% drop. So this little thing, it's nothing. We've seen bigger drops last year as well. After things started to recover, pullbacks are normal, and that's pretty much what we got here. And we pulled back to a pretty good level, which I'm comfortable with. Now, what we could be seeing here is a little bit more selling pressure. Maybe we come back and test this level once again before we start moving higher. But regardless, do I see this crashing all the way down or getting back down to like the 2000s or something like that for the S&P? I don't think so. The QQQ's a slightly different story. A lot more selling pressure here on these stocks. This has actually gone from, a peak right there to a drop here. So about 12%, off of its highs, which is, technically a correction. The NASDAQ technically saw a correction. And this is obvious if you hold tech stocks. You hold your favorite tech stocks, Tesla, just name a favorite tech stock, cloud stocks, all these kind of stocks, they were down massively. I'm talking 20, 30, 40, 50% plus during this time period. So yeah, the market did have a good correction when it comes to tech and growth plays. Now what we're seeing today is another big sell-off. I think the market was down around 3% or so today. And again, this is normal. This is just how the market moves. When we see big pullbacks like this, we tend to pull back, bounce, and then kind of retrace once again, test, and then go higher. That's typically what we see happen time and time again in the market. You can see here, we pull back, bounce, we test again, and then go higher, right? Pull back, bounce, test, go higher. That's pretty much the trend time and time again in the market. And I think that's pretty much what we're seeing happen today play out. We pulled back, we bounce, we're pulling back in a test, and then we're going to go higher. We'll see if this actually does play out. I think there's a pretty good probability that it will. fundamentally, I see these tech companies and growth companies doing extremely well in 2021, 2022. Of course, these super high valued names, the ones that just you can't make sense of the valuation, I have no comment on those. Those deserve to see a good haircut. But I'm talking like good businesses. I'm talking like Salesforce, some other companies I've discussed on the channel. These companies don't deserve to be down as much as they are right now. And I think, probably in the next week or two, we should see some more stability if this main orange support level holds here. Tomorrow, Friday, we may come down and test it once again, maybe slightly below it. And then next week, maybe we start our recovery and start making new highs on the NASDAQ. That's a good scenario, and I think that's something that has a pretty decent probability of playing out. I'm not making any bets on how long it takes to play out, but what I am betting on is that it will recover over time. I'm not really concerned, when people saw the market crash down here, they were all like, oh my gosh, this is the end of the world. Sell all your tech stocks, sell all of your any stocks. And hey, I was buying all the way down here. And you can see we've climbed quite nicely since then. And when we climb this far, this fast, retracements like this do get sharp, they do get violent, but I'm kind of happy with where we're standing right now. And I think in a few months, we're going to look back at this time period and say, I wish I bought more tech stocks and growth stocks. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this kind of new hybrid style video. Let me know if you did. I'll do more of these more often. I think these kind of market updates are pretty valuable at this point when there's so much uncertainty and fear out there. So I'm here to help you guys kind of stay calm, rest assured. I'll be here. I'm not going to disappear on you. But either way, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to invest positively, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.